In this video, we are going to discuss regarding role of phytohormones in induction and inhibition of flowering. See, the transition of plant to flowering marks a key developmental switch which impacts on their survival and fitness. That is vegetative to reproductive phase मध्ये जे काही कन्व्हर्जन होतं that is a key developmental switch. Different signaling pathways involving phytohormones control the flower initiation and inhibition. It depends on endogenous, that is internal characters, as well as environmental factors. The flowering is often modulated or relayed by different hormones like GA, that is gibberellin, abscisic acid, florigine, ethylene, auxins, etc. So GA regulates flowering through DELA protein acting as a versatile interacting module for different signaling proteins. The hormonal signaling cascade control the flowering time. In fact, there is a definite crosstalk between different hormones, especially GA and ABA, which governs flowering in plant. When to flower is a key decision for plants affecting the adaptability of species to any given environment. Phytohormone signaling network contribute the extraordinary plasticity of the flowering process. Apart from GA, which plays a dominant role in flowering, there are many other phytohormones like ABM, cytokinins, ethylines, and many more have been reported to play a role in resulting the flowering network. There are 5 major types of phytohormones, that is auxin, gibberellin, cytokinin, ethylene and abscisic acid found in plants. These are very important for plants as they play different roles in plants life cycle, right from cell division, growth, flowering, fruiting, ripening of fruit, seed formation, seed germination, etc. They are also responsible for senescence, that is programmed cell death. But as concerned to induction of flowering, the most dominant role is played by gibberellins, that is GA3. So let's see what is the role of gibberellin in flowering. As a rule, reproduction is one of the most important phase in the plant's life cycle, especially in higher plants like angiosperms. Flowering is major development transition from vegetative to reproductive stage, and it requires genetic and hormonal programming to ensure flowering. It is regulated by complex network of genes, endogenous signals, and its regulations by hormones like GA. Now, it is essential to promote flowering. Involvement of GA in flower initiation of long day plants and even biennial plants is well established. The mechanism of induction of flowering is fully understood. GA acts as an endogenous growth regulator. In fact, GA is not the universal flowering stimulus. The function of GA is species and specific. Gibberellins act as a signaling molecule in flower induction. GA has role competence and involved in developmental events leading to reproductive competence as well as in flower determination and commitment. GA has the capacity of flower induction, and the events of induction of flowering is outlined here. See, first of all, perception by leaves, then transmission, that is stimulus from leaf to shoot apex, and then evocation, that is occurrence of flowering at the apex by the following way, that is photoperiod, reception by leaves, then biosynthesis of GA, the GA translocation to the shoot tips. As the GA translocated at the shoot tip, in that response in growing tip is the flowering. So this is the role of GA in the flowering. So most important thing is the GA has the dominant role, that is gibberellins. GA3 has a dominant role in the flowering. There are many other plant hormones which are responsible for flowering or inhibition of flowering. So role of ABA is important because role of ABA in inhibition is in the inhibition of flowering. So abscisic acid, that is ABA, and gibberellin antagonistically regulates flower initiation in plants. During plant life cycle, the appropriate flowering time is a crucial and important checkpoint for growth, survival, and reproduction under diverse stress conditions. ABA especially, that is abscisic acid, specially inhibits flowering in plants. ABA inhibits floral transition most probably by upregulating flower repressor gene. So ABA influence negatively on flowering, ignition and flowering time. So ABA is able to engineer flowering time to many plants. Even the phytochrome ABA, phytohormone abscisic acid is inducing bud dormancy also. So generally ABA is emerging as a positive regulator of flowering by inactivation of gene response for flowering in different plant species. Role of ethylene in flowering, that is, in addition to ABA, ethylene enables plants to adapt their life cycle appropriately with changing environment. So ethylene acts as a floral repressor and delay flowering. जसं AB हे फ्लावरिंग इनहिबिट करतं, फ्लावरिंग इनहिबिट कसं तसंच आपण इथिलिनचा यूज करून फ्लावरिंग डिले करू शकतो. फ्लावर उशिरा येण्यासाठी आपण इथिलिन अप्लाय करू शकतो प्लांट्सवरती. Next hormone, that is cytokinin. The application of cytokinin under short days promotes flowering. Role of florigin, that is florigin, the hypothesized hormone like molecule, is responsible for controlling or triggering flowering in plant. Florigin is produced in leaves and act in shoot apical meristem or buds and growing tips, and which is responsible for formation of flowers. Chalakya in 1936 for the first time proposed the role of florigin in flowering. Florigin is a mobile flowering signal in plants, and this photoreception pigment acts as signal for the induction of flowering. So this is all about the role of phytohormones in flowering. The next point from this topic is applications of photoperiodism, or we can say importance of photoperiodism. So let's see one by one. First, annuals can be grown twice or thrice in a year. Secondly, increased stolon formation through long days in strawberries, providing abundant planting material for growers. Plant like radish, carrot, etc. can be made to remain vegetative for longer period with the help of photoperiodism knowledge. The yield can be increased. If we know the photoperiodism, we can accordingly grow the plants and we can achieve a high yield, or by manipulating different hormones we can increase the yield. Next one, photoperiodism causes flowering in plant, and without flowering there is no seed formation. Hence photoperiodism is essential for all flowering plants on earth to complete their life cycle. The photoperiodism generally affects plant growth and maturity directly or many times indirectly. So short day plants flower in less sunlight, which coincide with cooling temperature and increased precipitation. All these hinder plant growth and maturity. In case of agriculture, photoperiodism plays a key role as far as productivity and yield of crop is considered. The saving of Rabi and Kharif crop is totally decided by their photoperiod required. If you sow or grow short day plants in long day condition, they will not flower and the crop is failure. and vice versa. If long day plants are shown in short day condition, they will remain vegetative only, and the farmers cannot obtain seeds, flowers or grains from such crop. And hence the agriculture, what is the most important is season, that is photoperiodism. And if no flowering, no seeds, no grains and no productivity, will be failure totally. The farmers will have to face severe losses. So photoperiodism is quite important in agriculture. Next one, that is change in climate is the challenge issue in agriculture all over the world. It will affect the seasons which woe great shifting even today. This will have adverse impact on photoperiodism and thereby crop productivity, which is showing a drastic reduction. If it is so, then how farmers will respond to Honorable Prime Minister's appeal to double the farmers' income by 2020. Photoperiodism is an ecological adaptation for plant to avoid unfavorable and stressful conditions. So the plant complete their life cycle by making it shorter if they get signals of drought. Photoperiodism also influences plant development such as leaf fall, dormancy and tuber formation. Photoperiodism determines the season in which a particular plant shall come to flower. Short day plant develops flowers in autumn spring period, for example dahlia, while long day plant produce flowers in summer, for example amaranthus. Photoperiodic effect is useful in keeping some plants in the vegetative growth to obtain higher yield of tubers and rhizomes. Photoperiodism will also enable us to keep the plant in a reproductive stage to yield more flowers and fruits. In greenhouse condition, we can manipulate its photoperiod and keep the plants in flowering stage in off season to get more profit from its cultivation. This strategy is used to produce commercial flowers as per the buyer's need and demand of the market to fetch higher prices. Even it can be done for local vegetables or exotic vegetables for export if possible. That is, by controlling photo and dark period, we can produce any seasonal plant in any time, any season. Photoperiodism is highly helpful to plant breeders in developing novel hybrid varieties of crop by crossing, including many desirable traits such as higher yield, disease resistance, color quality and quantity of yield, consumers acceptability, market qualities and processing qualities, etc. In absence of flowering, breeders can't do breeding. फ्लावर्स नसतील तर ब्रीडिंग प्रोसेसेस होत नाही. त्यामुळे whenever you want to develop a new hybrid varieties with the help of breeding, there is a need of flowering. If there is a need of flowering, there is a role of photoperiodism is important. Next one, that is manipulation of genes can allow the plant to flower in different seasons. For example, NBRI Lucknow developed more than 200 varieties of chrysanthemum which can flower in different months of the year. The knowledge of photoperiodism is very important to gardeners, landscape designers, horticulturists, agronomists to plan and design gardens, avenues, orchards, cropping patterns, mixed cropping, etc. Next, that is for the benefit of human being, if all the important fruits like mango, grapes and food grains as well as vegetable and several ornamentals should be converted to day neutral plant so that we can enjoy them throughout the year around 365 days. We have not to wait for any season. But it can be possible through genetic engineering, biotechnology of gene transfer. In short, the survival of man depends on photoperiodism. So this is all about the importance of photoperiodism.